So, icons in the top right of the weapon card, is it supposed to represent two hands and firearm?
Yeah, see that the firearm thing means that is something you use in combat, and that thing means that object that you need to hold in like one of your hands.
Yeah.
Oh, the tablets! Damn it!
All right, I'm going to grab a drink while you guys.
I'm gonna be the mechanic.
So, quest items, are they just stuff we start out with, or are they...
That's the stuff things that you can unlock by doing a quest objective. So, like, to unlock your armor, you need to discard either a tool item or a duct tape item to activate it.
By the way, these objectives that I have are the I had previously.
You will choose to do between which one of those to do later on. Okay. So now we're gonna just to grab 5 of your action cards. You can mouse over it and press 5 on your keyboard.
Huh. So I hope none of you are going to try to kill me.
Well, you see, I am no longer human. I am only machine. And
yeah, that means he has. That
my
means he
human
has two
card.
It's 2 corporate objective cards instead of 1 corporate and 1 personal. So yeah. Okay, what was that thing? Oh, that was one good game we had. Man,
that was the last of my humanity.
Yeah, when you were the captain.
So I take it these serious wounds here just damage overall?
Yeah, those that you can accumulate over time. If you get damaged after having all 3, you die.
Okay, is there any way to heal them, or are they stuck with them?
You can like first aid kits and all that type of stuff that can dress wounds.
And is it always whenever you get hit that you get one of them, or is it after a certain?
It depends on the hit.
It depends on what happens. Like there's sometimes when you get hit, you'll like take a light wound, and other times you'll get a serious wound.
Or you just get like contained.
Light wounds equal a serious wound.
All right, so.
Reiner, I have a quick question.
Brown, what would that be?
Can I trade in one of my objective cards? Because I'm left with 2 choices here, and the one that I want to go with. Well, the one I want to go with would be a bad impression on Neo, because it's to kill player 1.
Yeah, that's what I.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you can trade that in then, because we don't want to ruin Neo's time here.
Well, I mean, I don't mind like other players going after me if it's part of the. I just want to know what they're doing.
Well,
the first
players
round.
can't each other. You have to talk about.
Yeah, because in this game you can't directly fucking like hurt somebody. You try to directly hurt someone. You'd have to, like, for example, cocktail and throw it at the room they're in.
Or like lock them in a room and don't help.
I try locking them in.
Okay, so it's only through indirect kill. So
you just have to like indirectly get someone killed, pretty much.
Okay, so it's so you can never directly kill somebody else. It always has to be through.
Now I'm going to go a few actions. So pay attention. Start in this room right.
Okay, is that the bridge?
This is the hibernation room.
Oh, this is where we wait.
Up here, and the engines are over here. We need to make sure that the coordinates are set for us to go to Earth. Because if one of
these are functioning or not,
go in there and then check the engines to see if they're damaged or not.
If one of them isn't functioning, but 2, you're still good to go.
We need 2 out of the 3 engines to be working.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to move out of this room into another room. So in order to do that, I have 1 action card. I'm going to move my guy, and I'm the orange person over here. So I'm going to move up here. the alarm room.
And it's on fire.
We'll discuss fire at a later point. Don't worry about that. Yeah, that means fire icon there. So okay. So now that I move, I have to do a noise.
One.
I rolled noise roll, and now I won. That means there's a bit of noise in this corridor. Yeah. Now, if two noises in this if another noise lands on a corridor that's already has noise, we'll go over. Just know it's a very bad fucking thing.
So I take it be things in here that are going to try.
Yes, eventually.
Oh,
So normally I would search the first room I go into, but since it's on fire, I like it. So I'm gonna spend another action card.
You can only do 2 actions.
Two actions at a time, and it goes to the next person.
So it takes 1 act to each individual room.
Or do something, yes.
Yeah. So now this room's on fire.
Okay, one thing. The fire token...
It says 2.
That means the room can be
the
searched 2 times.
Those numbers indicate the amount of times it can be searched.
Huh.
Well, I have apparently wherever the mechanic goes, everything's just on fucking fire.
Now,
so
I should
that
also
just
mention
sucks.
that there's 6 fire tokens. When we hit 0 and there's another fire, everything instantly dies.
To be honest, for like for the fire and malfunction rule, I might just belay that. To be honest, because that's too anticlimactic for me.
So there's screwed right now with these fires.
No. You know what we should do, Reiner? You know what we should do for a new house rule? When we run out, the self-destruct sequence starts.
I have no idea what's going.
Okay, so I take would you be alright with that?
I mean, definitely. I would.
It's not instant.
Yeah, it's not. It gives us some time.
This also gives me a willing to accept ending, that. Like how I did to Max that one game where I just closed the door on him last second.
Yeah, so Neil, we'll discuss self-destruct later. Don't worry about that right now.
Okay. So when you flipped it over, the fire token said there was a 2 on it. Does it refer to cardinal directions, or does it refer?
No. That means okay. Whatever the exploration token says determines how many times a room can be searched, and the room number.
Would rotate it
So
to the point where the 2 is right here on this thing. So that means if I were to search this room, we would rotate it to 1. Then it could be searched one more time, and then one more time that can no longer be searched.
Okay, so the number on the token when you first go into it tells you how many.
Yeah, it's how many times each room can be searched specifically. Once it hits 0, you can no longer search that room unless you're a specific class.
Now I'm going to do my the corridor with a 4. That is this corridor, so that corridor has noise.
Here's one big thing. Now you think, oh, Reiner's done for the turn. Everyone makes an action. It goes back to Reiner. He can do 2 more actions. He doesn't end a turn until he cannot.
And that's specific to his class, or
that's everyone. That's
for everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
It'll keep going around. The turn doesn't end until everybody is unable to do any actions.
Okay.
Neo.
So I take it we can we take off?
We can deal with fire, and that's like for the fire. If you deal with fire, you have to go to the fire control room,
which is on fire.
Yeah, thankfully it's not malfunctioning, so I can theoretically still use this.
Well, Reiner, you're gonna take.
That's when we go into the next turn. Yeah,
so.
So can you get damaged by being in a fire?
If you stay in the event, when we go into the event phase, and if you're standing in a room that's on fire, then you do take 1 light damage.
All right. So let's say I want to go into this room over.
And it is your turn, so you can do that.
You can do that. You just spend an action card, then we'll
spend one of these, and you don't have to worry about like spending them things too early because since you only have 10 action cards, cycling back to them constantly.
Yeah, just choose one that like you don't think you'll need. Like when I move, I plan to use my interruption card and just spend that.
Things like interruption and rest. Or like things you would normally want to use to move, if you have them.
Well, for right now, you want to use rest and interruption.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now if you you can choose which room you want to go into here. Okay, so a room covered in slime, and you don't have to do a noise roll. This icon means that there is noise in every corridor.
Okay, so that is noise.
Yeah.
So
you don't have to do a noise roll for that. So slime. Now you're covered in slime. Now.
Yum.
Really, slime doesn't really affect us because we never really utilize this, but slime prevents you for doing something called a careful movement, which means you would spend 2 action cards to move into a room, and instead of doing a noise roll, you would take a noise token and just put it in whatever corridor you want.
And that would be very bad.
Yeah.
It depends.
It works. It makes it so that you don't have to risk rolling.
If you don't risk taking any noise, you could roll it.
Yeah.
But if you have to move somewhere and there's noise all in one area, it's useful.
So that was your first action. You can still do another action, which since you can't loot this room or anything, you'd probably have to move somewhere.
Well, it said there was 3. Where can I tell?
Oh yeah, this one doesn't have a search thing for it because you don't.
Yeah, there's no searching in this room. Yeah, this room has nothing.
So if I were to try to do a normal move, I would be forced to roll to see which area the alarm would go.
When you move into another room, you're gonna have to do a noise roll unless you have another token that has that icon on it.
Well, unless he moves back into the hibernation room, which wouldn't be recommended.
Yeah, really, you want to keep moving forward.
Yeah, I was thinking about moving here.
Yeah, you can.
But
yeah, I'd probably go here and up.
Yeah, because I mean, you mentioned that we are going to need to check out the engine, so I was thinking that I would go over there. So if I were to move out of the room, I would need to spend 1 token or 2 tokens.
You only need to spend 1 to move.
Okay.
Yeah, good choice. Good choice. So now you're gonna assume you're gonna move in up here.
Yes.
And you found one of the evacuation areas. It's broken, but hey, you found it.
Okay, so since I had 1, that means I can search the room 1 time.
Yes, you can search the room 1 time, but currently your turn is over since you did your second action.
All right, so since I got slimed, does that stick with me, or?
It will stay with you unless you get an item to remove that, but I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah. So what's the signal?
The signal? Oh, that's something. Specific objectives require you to get a signal. You would have to go to the comms room and do its room action to get that. Okay, so now it would be Brown's turn. He's doing his stuff. Okay.
All right.
So
what is this?
Intruder.
Here it is.
Attack. Oh.
About that until we get
good.
to that. Yeah. Thanks.
2.
Place broken. 2.
Server room. Use other computer. So is there any? Does the noise icons go away at all?
What icons?
Noise.
Yes. If certain conditions are met or random events happen, then yeah.
But until these random events happen, they're always going to stay there.
There until said otherwise.
Okay.
Just need to grab.
Okay, so this icon right here, this X, means you do not have to roll for noise. There's no noise happening.
Oh, thank God. So I take it noise will summon these intruder things.
If a second noise token is forced to be dropped on a corridor with already has noise, then you will have to go through an encounter.
And that encounter can either be good or bad, or bad.
I mean, the encounter is more or less bad unless you draw a blank.
Yeah, when you draw a blank, nothing.
Where's
the intruder?
No,
there it is. I didn't see it.
Yeah, the intruder thing's up here. Don't worry about it. We'll get to that when it happens. So, Jared, it is your turn.
Okay. I mean, I don't really have a choice.
And well, with my helpful robotic protocol, I shall tell you something about.
You'll get to spend your card first of all.
Oh yeah, I know.
Just make sure you keep a note on the surgery room in case you ever get larvaed.
Keep an eye on the surgery room?
If you ever get larvaed, you will have to come to this surgery room in order to get it removed, or there's a good chance you'll be killed.
So, essentially we're going to get facehuggers.
That's
it. So, just so you know, Neil, this icon, this token here, this token here has a door, which means the door of which he came from is now locked.
So essentially, he got airlocked.
Yeah, he got blocked out, and also Jared, you have to noise roll.
Oh yeah, there actually is an airlock, which I'm waiting for someone to walk into so I can test something.
Okay, I did both actions. I did a.
So actually, what item to get? Oh, energy cell. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay, so now it's back to me. I am going to see here. I'm gonna actually use room action in the fire control to put out the fire in fire control. And I can only take out one, so I'm going to do that one. So that's my first action. And my second action is I'm going to use the search card to search the room.
Very nice.
I'm going to get the shuffle.
You pick which item, or
now you take two, and then you pick which one you want to keep and throw away the other. You know, this is so I'm going to throw away this.
Does it have to be from any specific deck?
Now, Jared, seeing as how card you only picked up one and kept it, I need you to like take the second one and then choose between the two.
No, I already did.
Then where'd you put the other one?
In the stack? Oh, whoops. I didn't shuffle, it was okay.
Whatever.
It was another
You're really fucking up a lot right now, you know? You're really letting me down.
Energy charge, it's fine.
So what are these things down here?
Turns.
These are all timers.
Okay, those are the turn timers.
Phase, this one will always be counting down until we hit till we go into hyperdrive, and then everybody gets killed that's not in hibernation. On your left here, it's a self-destruct
and this
timer.
one, this is the self-destruct one, which is not turned on.
Now, I did do the calculations on what happens to you when you hit hyperspace without being in the pod. The human body can suffer about 60 to 90 joules before dying of force. You face about 15,000 joules.
So this is always counting down, and if not in here, by the time this reaches 0, we all die.
You have to.
If we haven't either aren't in hypersleep or then yeah, we die.
Fun.
So Neo, it is back to being your turn. So what would you like to do?
Can I search my room?
Yes, you actually. This room does have one search. So since it's gray, you can choose which one of these decks you want to search from.
Okay, so the deck searches are color coded.
Yeah. Yes. Repairing stuff is yellow, weaponry is red, and healing stuff is green.
Can I get one from the other?
No, you have to take two from either any of these.
Okay.
Good choice of covers this early. Yeah. Now you choose which one you want to keep and which one you want to throw away. You can consult us if you want advice.
Well, I don't have a flamethrower.
If you got chemicals, then throw them away because they're useless.
Yeah.
Yeah, chemicals.
I don't have
a flamethrower.
Yeah, I was like, I don't have a flamethrower, and the other one.
Throw away the chemicals, and then you keep the other one.
Yeah. All right.
If you want to show us, you can actually put your item card up here near the top row.
You don't have to show us, but you can if you want to.
You don't have to show us, but you can put it up.
Yes. Yes. Perfect.
Now, that'll be very helpful later on.
Just so you know, in the normal rules, this would be considered a heavy object and you would have to carry in your hand, but I'm going to belay that because that's stupid.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it.
That's supposed to be a heavy object, but the thing is, that's just a stupid rule anyway, so don't worry about it.
We're just going to treat it as a normal item.
Yeah.
Well, so was I supposed to give up my gun?
No. Like, just don't worry about it now. It's fine. Now, you're set. What do you want your second action to be?
I was going to move into the engine.
Move the engine room. Okay, so you move to the engine room. Okay. So now you are in the engine room. There's nothing to see. Now you just do a noise roll.
All right. And what? I just clicked it.
You're going to press R.
R?
Yeah, you're pressing R.
Yeah, you press R to make it to roll it.
Okay.
3.
It's corridor, unfortunately.
Say what? Oh, so
That's your turn. Now it goes on to Brown.
do I flip this or?
Oh no, do
No,
not flip it yet.
there's a whole check thing you have to do for that, but
You'd
you
have to
basically wait for the
you'd have
next
to
one.
yeah.
I'm
Okay,
moving
so
into the next room here.
you're gonna move into the nest, and the door behind you is now closed.
Hmm.
Okay.
Why? Well, it says
And
2 on the
then-
thing.
It says 2, but this is a room that doesn't have any searchables in it.
I'm going to
Okay,
use
so
the
that's for
efficiency on
searchables.
this room, which means I can use the room action and collect an egg.
Okay, I already know what one of your objectives are.
Elaborate.
He's just doing a thing that he has to get done. So don't worry about it.
So I take it he has to grab an egg and get away with it.
He's probably gonna have to get away with an egg as his objective that he's chosen a bit too soon than he should have. But I won't acknowledge that.
I'm just doing
okay,
it as
so
a precaution because I don't believe I'll be able to complete my other one, considering that
Okay.
person is not near an airlock.
Okay,
No,
so I take
okay,
it he has
so-
to kill one of another
so
one of
that-
us.
he doesn't have to kill any of us. Don't worry. So turn.
Alright, where do I get an egg thing from?
The eggs are right up here. So.
Oh.
Oh, I think this has a heavy object. Yeah, I already put one
Oh.
down.
Alright. And with that, I
Ooh,
get
do
my
we?
10.
So many.
So is it possible to win by completing your objectives but still dying?
No.
Officially, you have to live no matter what.
Yeah, you don't
We have
really have to
moral
complete your other
victories, half
objectives.
victories, but like if you want to win, you need a full victory.
Okay, so Jared, it's your turn.
Okay.
Where even are
But
you?
the
Okay,
thing
over
is,
here.
For like, say for me to win, I have to do like one of 2 objectives because they're corporate
So-
objectives. One of which involves one of you not living. The other one just involves an egg and you guys living.
Over here. Okay, you found the emergency room. Now we're not dealing with turrets, so I have an executive rule that I'm going to enact.
So what does that mean?
I'm going to randomize this, and and whatever you get is whatever you get. The door locks behind you, and it's 2.
So this thing right here is
That is
It's an escape pod.
But the thing is, this room does not allow you to do it. This room over here, the evacuation section B, that will allow you to actually escape from one of the pods.
So is it possible to win without whatchamacallit, completing your objective, or you have to complete your
Yeah.
Officially, you have to complete one objective.
But you can't
Moral
just
victory is
escape your
meaning
life,
you
and that's a
moral victory is like you complete part of the objective, but you live.
And Jared's definition, yeah.
I
Okay,
guess.
so that was your first action. What's your second action?
Okay, second action card.
Okay, you're moving in there. Did you do your first noise roll for in here?
Yeah, he did it. That's why there's
Okay.
a thing here,
Okay,
right?
so that one is. Yeah.
You have a dog. I just noticed you had a dog.
His character has a
his-
special thing, dog.
Yeah. I just call him extra meat.
Okay, so now that is the end of the first turn.
You survived your first turn.
no,
Do we get these
No.
cards back?
No,
No,
wait.
you'll just roll
You want to
4
wait
more.
to draw anything else. I'm gonna. Okay, so no. So we moved the time track 1. No, there's no intruders to attack. There's no one's on fire. Now we resolve our first event.
So bad.
First event is the intruder aboard. Any characters in the nest room whose players have no action cards left are infested by larvae. Well, Brown, you have an action card, and it wouldn't matter because you are an android, so you wouldn't have been affected by that.
Yeah, I can't get hurt by
So-
larva.
Put a larva
So-
token in the intruder bag.
Egg. And okay, if no character was infested, put a larva token in the intruder bag.
So what is the intruder bag?
This is our intruder back.
Well, see, this is what now is we are going to resolve a thing with the intruder bag at the end of the event phase, and we get
the queen.
So for the queen,
are you fucking joking?
If there are any characters, say queen miniature in that room, resolve an encounter. Oh my God, Brown, you really should not have done this. So we have to resolve an encounter.
That is big!
Possible luck.
Possible thing that you could have happened to you. Okay, so we have to resolve an encounter.
Could you explain to me what happened?
Brown, you only suffer a light wound.
Yep, because I can't be contaminated.
You can't be contaminated, so luck that could have been a lot worse for you.
So is it a specific thing that's
oh God, that actually happened.
What actually happened?
We have the queen running around, and this is like the boss thing.
Since he was in the nest, the queen spawned in the nest.
So I get the feeling that something very bad is going to happen.
So since we had resolved our first encounter, this is the point where we actually decide which of the two objectives we're going to do. You don't have to tell us what you're doing, but you can if you want to.
So how do we get rid of the other objective?
Just discard it.
Really, just like press F to flip it over and pretend it doesn't exist.
Now the thing is, I cannot reveal my objective at this time because shit's kind of.
I have no fear.
I'm gonna reveal my objective. Good thing that the queen spawned this soon.
Quarantine. The ship must reach Mars. The ship must reach Earth, and the nest must be destroyed.
So, Ryder, we have to destroy the nest.
We need to kill the queen. Is what we need to do.
How do we destroy the nest?
So is revealing the objective okay?
Yeah.
You can if you want to. Yeah.
Now, the thing is, if it hurts somebody, then you might not want to do it.
Okay, so you want all rooms to be explored, and you want to send the signal. Okay, so really, that's manageable since there's 4 of us. We can easily get all 4 of these.
Yeah, and it looks like my objective synergizes with yours over here.
Yeah, we're helping each other. Now, Brown's the only one who hasn't revealed his objective because it's probably corporate, or obviously corporate.
Well, it's obviously a corporate one. I only have 2 corporate objectives.
What's that?
So corporate is always
no.
Now, Jared, why would you show us that?
What?
Okay, so you want us to destroy the nest because if you're trying to get us to Earth, then I'm gonna have to kill you.
I'm gonna get us to Mars.
Which of these 2 are you choosing here?
Oh, the bottom one.
I don't get it. So what's the difference between reaching Mars and
Mars is a quarantine zone.
Normal circumstances, if you don't reach Earth, if the coordinates are not set to Earth, you will die. But since he has an objective that says the ship must reach Earth, if it must reach Mars, he wins.
So
it says or the ship must reach Earth and destroyed. So I want the queen dead. He wants the nest destroyed. So we have a similar thing going on here. So okay. So now at this point you can draw up to 5 cards now. Just so you want to draw since you have 1 in there, you want to draw 4.
Yep, I drew up to my 5 already, so because I need to do battle with the queen.
Okay, now since we moved to a new turn, Neil's the one starting us off because this thing shifts. So, Neil, what would you like to do first? Actually, to check the engine, you would have to spend 2 cards, 2 action cards to actually check it. So you might want to do that.
So 2 things. 1, most of my cards are all of my cards actually are all involving combat.
No, you can.
You can still
if you want to do a basic action, you can still discard them. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So, if you're going to examine the engine, then yeah,
look at it, yes.
You're gonna examine it, then you have to discard a second one.
Yeah, to check it, you need to discard 2 cards because it's a room action.
Yeah.
But an energy weapon specifically. Is this an energy weapon?
It says energy weapon, yeah.
Okay.
So now we're gonna flip. Now we flip over this engine, and it is damaged. Which means we gotta fix that.
I do not have the expertise to fix this.
You have a card that says basic repairs.
I have full. Or am I not supposed to tell you guys?
I mean, you can if you want. We're currently cooperating with each other right now, so
because we're not trying to kill each other. I think. Maybe.
So if you don't have your basic repair card, then that's unfortunate.
All right. So
you could pass if you want to, because you can do that.
Well, I mean, I spent two things.
That was the check. That was one action. You can flip this over and say that you pass and wait till you eventually get your basic repair card, so you can repair that.
Okay.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Brown, if you would kindly kill that bitch.
Face.
And now it's combat. He is going to roll this dice over here to see if he can damage the queen.
I don't believe that was a hit.
That's -1.
So how do we determine damage?
When he actually hits the damn thing and damages it, we'll discuss that. It's non-adult, so it doesn't count as damage.
So how do you kill the queen?
We shoot it till it dies.
Very specific.
Unfortunately, he missed twice, and that was his 2 actions. And Jared said he'd be back, so now we have to wait for him.
Why don't we just skip over to you so you can do your actions, then we'll come back to him once you finish yours.
Last time we did that fucking caused confusion. We're waiting for him. No, I don't do that fucking go on without him.
Why don't we just
so in the
meantime, you do your 2 actions, and then once he comes back, he does his 2.
And so causes confusion.
So what's this intruder carcass?
We only do it this once.
Those are intruder carcasses. You would leave those behind in rooms of which intruders were killed.
And character corpses.
It's the same thing with characters dying. That we don't touch because we don't really know how that works.
I'm sorry, you said not to touch it.
And these.
Airlock.
Same thing with these 2 because those are different.
So
I actually figured out what this does.
Well, what does it do?
Well,
probably need to be in the airlock control room.
If anybody is in the airlock, you could with me, I could use one of my cards to actually activate the airlock procedure, and if anybody's in the airlock, they get sucked out into space and they're killed. If airlock procedure is in effect, that means that room has its doors closed. No one's allowed in or out of that room.
Wait. It says here, the first dead character may play as the intruder?
It's like a game rule that we don't really use.